Let's look at the top storylines of this season, what you need to know. And number one, I think everything else pales in comparison. Let's just do number one, Dodgers bid for global dominance.
Well, they already got it, don't they? I mean, I realize that once you get to the mountain, you got to stay on the mountain. It's a little harder. But, BK, those of us that are old enough, this is like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones in their prime.
Now, maybe you remember them new. I remember them old, but go ahead.
It's just crazy what they've been able to accomplish. It is like one of the most deepest roster. My 40 years, I'm not sure I've seen anything like this, and I'm not sure we're going to see anything like this again.
No, they're the defending champions, right? So they won the summer and the fall. Now they go out and win the winter. They not only, if all they did was go out and get Blake Snell, it'd be
a great offseason.
But they get Snell, they get Roki Sasaki, the number one international free agent, and then 3 elite relief pitchers. One of them was their own, but I don't care.
Yeah, well, Tanner Scott, one of the best left-handed closers.
Right, it's unbelievable what they did. So I don't know if I've seen recently a better offseason and for a team that won the World Series. That's what Dan, I really think they went another level this year.
Yeah, on top of it, too, they've got this incredible winning culture where players are lining up to want to go there. So it's not only that they're talented players, they're great teammates within an environment that just perpetuates a competitive nature with one another to be the very best in the game.
See, I like it. I think I'm going to do a whole thing on MLB Now. I think this is good for the game because there's a lot of parity now. I mean, we're talking there's only 3 or maybe 4 teams
so you think
the
the separation between them and everybody else is good?
Right, that you have a focal point, that everybody is shooting for that team. Because as you know, it's so difficult to separate yourself in the baseball ops era. Braves are excellent, right? Phillies are excellent, but there's another team way up above.
Yeah, they're as you talk about, it's like a Premier League team within a league that doesn't have any other Premier League teams. It's incredible what they've been able to accomplish. Now, and it's a worldwide phenomenon, too.
Right.
It's just not within the borders of our country.
They're 2-0, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
They already come back opening day. They're 2-0. Let's talk about the Yankees now. Number 2 storyline, Yankees, again, would also be one of the elite clubs. However, massive injuries, especially to their innings at starting pitching.
Yeah, and what we don't talk about is that, we can say, well, the rotation sits here today, and they have Warren and Carrasco at 4 and 5. What happens if they have another injury? They just don't have the depth. They were thin going into the year in their starting pitching. It's actually thinner now. I'm very concerned for them in their starting pitching.
I mean, they lose Heel right off. He's the rookie of the year. They lose him immediately. He had 150 innings last year, but then they lose Garrett Cole. Then Clark Schmidt on top of that. Now they signed Max Fried. And now suddenly Marcus Stroman will be called upon. Will this be enough?
Though. I don't think so, BK. I don't think he can survive a season. I think they're going to have an addition.
But do they still make the playoffs?
Well, certainly. I think that division's wide open. They've got a great bullpen. I love their additions offensively. I think it's a way more
Devin
deeper.
Williams,
yeah,
obviously.
It's a very diverse lineup that they can do some different things with. But no, I mean, I still think they miss a right-handed bat at third base. I think there's still a lot of holes. They lost Stanton for a significant.
They lost Soto, by the way. Like, it's back up, right? It's just a start off with, like, that lineup was going to look different, but they look like they were so deep at starting pitching. All right, another team in the AL East. We're talking about walk year in Toronto. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette, both in their contract years.
Well, I think it's going to become a huge issue if the Blue Jays struggle like they did a year ago. I think that's going to be the conversation going on all the time, what's going to happen at the trading deadline. I expect both these players to have a great year. I just don't know really where the Blue Jays are overall. But I also feel strongly that they feel very confident they can hold on to Vlad. So I don't think the gap was as big as everybody leads to believe, and I think they feel like they'll have the best offer on the table if he truly wants to go back there.
Yeah, but if the season starts, I mean, he's already kind of set a deadline. I mean, I know Mark Shapiro has said, I think we're close, we'll get it done, but we're 2 days away. It seems like that's not quite happening.
Mark also couched to say we may get it done now, we may get it done when he actually hits the free agent market. I'm betting that that's going to be the
afterwards.
case.
Well, but at that point, you catch a whiff of free agency. A lot of times
it only takes one other club at that point in time.
All right, another storyline again going into this season, which is 2 days away. Mike Trout, the premier center fielder of his generation, moving to right field. He said, I think it's been great. Not only that, he's had an excellent spring, Dan.
He looks 100% healthy. I love this move. I'm so glad that Mike relented to do this. I think it's going to take some pressure off his legs. I think mentally it's just good to move and learn to play a new position. And I think with Mike, it's health. He had to do something mechanically with his swing. We've got to keep in mind this guy has been a superstar. 10 out of 11 years up at the last couple of years.
Essentially Mickey Mantle out there in the modern era. And the number 5 storyline of this offseason, we could have gone in a lot of ways, but I know, Dan, you're going with the ascendance of the game's next superstar, Elly De La Cruz.
Yeah, who knows what spring training performance translates into the year. What I saw, though, was a player that slowed everything down. He made routine plays with the way a routine shortstop needs to make. He took his walks in spring training. He didn't chase in spring training. If he can carry over to this mindset and this approach to the course of the season, we're looking at a guy who'll be right in the mix for the MVP in the National League.
Yeah, by like mid-August, he was still an MVP candidate in the NL. If he doesn't trail off, right, and the skill set is so high, he's so stat-casty, his tools are outrageous. I'm with you. I think this can be a breakthrough season where we're talking he's one of the top handful of players in the game.
50-50 guy, potentially, out of that position.
Playing shortstop. Playing shortstop.
Kind of crazy.
Right. A good shortstop.
He's an enormous talent that I think it's finally starting to click for him.
More news. Nick Picaro putting this out. Jordan Montgomery of the Diamondbacks says he'll be having Tommy John surgery next week. This is brutal for Montgomery. Not good for the Diamondbacks either, as they signed him last year. Got in late, was one of those late free agent signings. Did not perform well, had an ERA over 6. It never clicked for him. Now he's out for all of this season. So that's 2 lost years, Dan.
Yeah, and again, he had his first one. He lost all 2019, and then 2020 was the COVID year, so he lost really 2 years from.
But was really solid and consistent between them, right? Pitched for the Rangers, helped win a World Series.
Yeah, they didn't win the World Series without Jordan in the rotation. It was a great acquisition by Chris Young at the trading deadline. I just feel awful for the young man. It's like he fell behind last year in spring training, and I think he tried to make up ground quickly. I don't think he ever caught up. This is a really bad break for him. I think Jordan is 32 right now. He probably won't pitch again until he hits 34. Still plenty of time to get his career back on track, but man, when you have that many Tommy Johns in that span of time, that's a lot of rehab.
Now, that is a shame, again, for Arizona, although they signed Corbin Burns, of course, in the free agent offseason.